tell you what, that 30 seconds always seems like the longest 30 seconds of my life.
It was eternity.
How are you doing, Anthony?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me on, Lola.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I can't say I've done a stream with a beautiful derriere with a mustache, a rendered googly eye, and then a 3D googly eye. And then is there a little top hat on there?
There is a top hat. This is my professional avatar.
Oh, good.
Normally, if I'm doing an after midnight show, I'm known as the talking ass in comics.
Yeah.
I've been the talking ass for the last 5 years. So it's just how people know. Well, I like beautiful women. I can't help it. Like as a woman,
also,
I want to see beautiful women, right?
As do we all.
So I started like using a picture of an ass as my avatar, and people just got to know me as that. And so now I'm just the talking ass of Comicsgate.
Very nice. Hey, hail Johnny Cage, Anthony Perrone, and American Comics Company.
Yes. What's up, Johnny Cage? Johnny Cage is my brother from another mother. Love Johnny Cage.
Nice. Anthony Perrone. That's a good name. Perrone is my my wife's maiden name.
Okay.
Maybe we're related.
I have an ex-aunt that was married to a Perrone.
So. Yeah, there you go. Stay away from them. They're crazy.
It's an Italian name, I believe.
Yes, it is.
And then American Comics. What's up, man? So
Johnny Cage said 30 seconds were more than enough. See, dirty all right off the bat, getting dirty.
Oh yeah, my chat gets a little dirty every once in a while.
All good.
But I'm so glad you accepted my invitation to come on and talk. I looked at your project and I was just blown away. I was like,
cool.
Oh my God, it's like it's a Vampirella on such a different level and such a beautiful level. Like I'm so excited for you to come and talk to us about it and to introduce yourself to my chat, because I don't know how many of my chat knows who you are.
Well, they do now.
Oh yeah, we're getting to know you. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what got you into this and what made you want to do comics?
Yeah, hey, real quick. My dad was a truck driver in the 70s as I was a kid. And he used to pick up comic books at truck stops. So I had the latest and greatest collection of Marvel, DC magazines, all that stuff. So that started my love affair with comics. My grandfather served in World War II in Easy Company. So he used to buy me every Sergeant Rock comic and Sergeant Fury comic and anything World War II related. And again, my love grew and grew. You know, I got into high school in the mid 80s. It wasn't very cool to like comic books. And as soon as I started playing in a rock band, started dating girls, comic books fell off for a while. I didn't pick up a comic book later until the early 90s or maybe 89, 90, 91. And I fell in love with the indie comic scene, whether it was the Image Founders or whatever. I fell in love with Lady Death, She, which is right behind me on the wall there, Kabuki by David Mack, and Razor by Everett Hartsoe, and all those bad girl comics of the early 90s. Fell in love with all that stuff. Started attending conventions. I was a creative director at a marketing agency, a copywriter. I was a songwriter. I felt like, you know what, I'm well-versed. I'll start writing comics. I pitched companies original ideas. In 1994, I was going to conventions. I was sending letters, mailing editors. I sent DC, Marvel, Image, whoever was around at the time, Chaos Comics. I sent them original scripts of original IPs of mine. And you know what they all said? They said, Mr. Sica, we appreciate your package, your correspondence, but we would like to see what you would do with our characters. Meaning they wanted to see me write a story about Wolverine or Spider-Man or Batman or whatever. Boy, imagine doing that now. You know, imagine them saying, "Oh yeah, we'd like you to solicit stories about our characters, our IPs." Yeah, okay, that might happen. So I was ahead of the curve in those days. So I got married a couple of times, built some houses, worked some jobs, all that. Played a lot of rock music in bars and stadiums and shit. And then when I was about 47, 48 years old, I had another midlife crisis reading comics all this time. But even before I discovered the YouTube streamers like yourself and the folks that are doing crowdfunding now, about 2-3 years ago, I was looking at the scene saying, wow, I hate what the big two are putting out. They don't remind me of my old comics. I said, but I miss those bad girl 90s indie comics, those black and white, graphic, has nudity, violence, all
Well,
kinds of cool
let
stuff.
me ask you,
Yeah.
were you ever a heavy metal fan?
Yes, I've been playing in heavy metal bands since I
No.
was.
I mean heavy metal the magazine.
Oh, of course, of course. My apologies. Totally. In fact, I was at a store today trying to dig up. I'm trying to complete my Jim Steranko. He did 5 issues of heavy metal in the 1981 and 82.
Right.
And Steranko did a 5-story, I think it was Wasteland or something. It was a cheesy Sean Connery movie that came out in the 70s. And he did a 5-story adaptation of it. And I was looking for it just today. So yes, I was a heavy metal fan, but I was pretty much a fan in the mid 80s and early 90s of anything that wasn't corporate, like Marvel and DC. So I'd pick up every indie book, black and white comic, bad girl comic with a no-name publisher, anything I could get my hands on like that. And then, of course, this, a lot of features in heavy metal. I just was never a constant buyer of heavy metal. Like I would pick up issues here and there.
Gotcha. Obviously, I'm a huge heavy metal fan, and that's why
Awesome.
I asked that. Because I didn't get into comics till I met my husband. And so, like, we would go on dates to comic shop, and I didn't like the cape and cowl stuff. Like,
Sure. Yeah.
superheroes wasn't my thing. I was like, this is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I got into indie comics. So I got into like Roman Dirge and Yonan Vasquez and Mike Mignola,
Yep.
some of those people.
Yep.
And then I found heavy metal, and I fell in love with Luis Royo, and so like I had to ask. You were talking indie, and I was like,
oh yeah.
We got to talk some heavy metal.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the artist creator types. So especially I'm an artist, so I really gravitate toward different art styles, and heavy metal is just that's the whole purpose of it. It's a showcase. It's a potpourri. It's a hodgepodge of great creators doing stuff outside the box that they couldn't do for, say, maybe they could do it for Vertigo. But by the way, heavy metal, the great thing about heavy metal and all anthology books like that, you can go back to the Eerie and all the horror comic books. What's great is their storytelling. Sometimes if they didn't think they had a series run, they could just have a great story in like 8 to 12 pages,
Right.
And that takes a talent, both visual and, and in the writing, to be able to get to the point and also tell a good story in a limited amount of pages.
Well, like I'm very kind of ADHD, and so like a story that can be told in the less amount of pages is
Sure.
good for me because I can sit down, I can read it, I can get see all the beautiful artwork to it, and then I can move on and not get distracted. Whereas when I'm reading a graphic novel, it's like, okay, I've got children distracting me, I've got this distracting me, I've got music distracting me, I've got all these other distractions, so it takes me forever to get through a graphic novel. Whereas like something like heavy metal, I could sit down, read the 12 pages, and be done.
Right. Sure.
Oh, let me say hi real quick to a few more people that showed up. Flying Feline, what's up, beautiful? Thanks for stopping by. I love you. Let's see. I saw some new faces.
Johnny Cage, thank you for sharing the link to the project.
Sherry, what's up, Sherry? Beautiful Sherry. Thank you for stopping by. And yes, Johnny Cage is my link dropper tonight. Nice. It looks like, unless Frog G shows up, and then Frog G has all the links.
All good.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about like what made you want to do Venerella?
Yeah, we digressed for a second when we went to the heavy metal question. But again, like I was saying, a couple of years ago, about 3 years ago, I had this like midlife crisis, and I said, you know what? I want to write comics. I want to take another stab at it. And this is before I was crowdfunding. And then I was looking for artists, and I couldn't really find anybody because I wasn't doing the whole Twitter talk to everybody thing at the time. And so I just said, oh, screw it. I'll draw it myself. So before Venerella, I did 2 comics. I did a comic called Oh My God.
Hold on, let me make you big.
I'm sorry?
Let me make you big.
Oh, you're going to make me big. We have a book. I did 6 issues of a book called Oh My God. Didn't crowdfund any of them. And then I introduced a character in Oh My God called Misty America.
Oh, look at that.
And now Misty America is fun because she is a former commando, infantry soldier, and she gets tapped or recruited to join a time-traveling commando force that has to go back in the past to fight to save the future. And, these were I did some old school Marvel type commando covers. And I had again, this was just a 24-page book. I crowdfunded it a few months ago. And I even had some cover photo.
Now, is this all your art?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All me.
I want to make sure that we were on the same page there.
Yeah.
So you were looking for an artist. So
no. Yeah. Well, what it was is I was looking for an artist, and then I wasn't happy with either rates or some work. And I just said, well, screw it. I'll draw it myself. And, I had always been an illustrator and been in art and drawn, stuff my whole life, but I had never done sequential work in a comic before. So, so that's why I did that limited series, 6 issues. Then I did Misty America. Yeah, I create, write, draw, letter, publish the whole thing myself.
So you're the whole team.
I'm the whole team. There is no other members. It's just me. And I take all the responsibility and all the benefit at the same time, all the benefits at the same time. But Venerella, to answer the question, when I started, after I did Misty America, which I just fulfilled like 2 or 3 months ago, I thought of doing Misty America number 2, but I really wanted to stay fresh, and I wanted to actually take the game plan that I see so many crowdfunders doing. Like, you don't have to put out 4 or 5 issues a year. Give the folks who are backing your book a little bit of a demand. And I decided to do Venerella. Venerella is a vampire warrior princess from Venus. It is in the future, by the way. It's like 2080 or the year 3000. And the planets have colonized. Earth kind of had a little war with Venus. We find out in the book. And, there's a truce. But Venerella, the vampire warrior princess from Venus, she has a score to settle, which you'll find out in the book what that's about. And she kind of goes on a killing spree with an Earth, a United States-based satellite that is kind of floating out there between Earth and Venus. And that's where the story starts. And I take you on a little cosmic ride. There's a lot of blood. There's a lot of boobs.
I was going to ask, boobs, TNA, we got to have TNA.
Oh, there's lots. In fact, Misty America, that previous book I showed you, she's a commando, but, her uniform is a pair of pants and a star-spangled bikini. So, so Uzis and, guns and boobs, that was what that book's about. This book is about, there's a lot of horror. There's a lot of fantasy. It's like Venerella. It's like Vampirella meets Barbarella meets Flash Gordon, or maybe Flesh Gordon. And it's like, and it's a little bit of Conan the Barbarian in space, or to be gender specific, maybe like a little red Sonja in space.
There you go. There
You
you go.
know?
So you get that fantasy in there with all the horror and the.
Yeah, we're gonna have boobs, horror, lasers, but also swords and
How
shit.
can you go wrong with that? Like, come
You
on,
cannot.
people.
You
We need more
cannot.
people backing this book. Come
Yeah,
on.
and to be honest with you, if you were looking at the packages right now, I have a choice between 5 covers right now for $15. If you scroll down, you can see the covers. There's my little pitch.
There's the 5-book bundle package.
Keep scrolling a little bit.
But
so you got your single books. If you keep scrolling, they're going to see all 5 covers. You can choose
look
a
at
cover.
that, y'all. This
Yeah,
is
there you
like
go.
beautiful. Look at her. She got some big tatas and
She
she looking
does.
all
She
red
does.
mean.
And those are moving around too in gravity. I think they're kind of high up there.
There you go.
Cover C. I'm a big Dave Stevens fan. His pinup work, and that's my little homage.
So, like, this picture right here is what really got me and sold me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell everybody right now, yes, I did back this. I believe
Yes.
I backed it at the 5 books,
Yes.
the 5 covers.
Lola did indeed back me. Thank you very much.
And but this cover right here is what got me, because I was like, not only is she looking sexy, she's looking vicious and fierce, and like, I don't know, something about her just drew me in. I was like, yeah, I gotta have this.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, you know, Dave Stevens did a cover for Vampirella years ago, and I did that pose as an homage. But whereas Vampirella looks very sweet and innocent in that original pose, Venerella is a killer. So I wanted her to be as sexy as possible, but oh so fierce. And you know, the red skin, the yellow orange hair, the green gem in her forehead, pretty much all the Venusians are going to look like that. But yeah, and the great value is all 5 covers, and you'll get 3 prints, you'll get 3 trading cards, which are, by the way, are exclusive to crowdfunding on Indiegogo. I'm not going to give out the prints or the trading cards at a convention or sell them on the side on eBay. No, they're just for the crowdfunders. So for $30 in shipping, you're getting 5 variant covers of a 32-page book. You're going to receive some prints, and you're going to receive some trading cards.
That's an amazing deal. You can't beat that.
Thank you very much. Yeah. And you know what's cool is the day I started, when my campaign launched about 9 days ago, I think I launched on November 7th. When I launched the campaign, I had 9 pages of original artwork for sale. They were $100 a piece. And when you bought an original page, by the way, from this upcoming issue, I had pages for sale. They sold in the first hour and a half.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, you know, and by the way, little secret, we'll see how the drawings go. I have half the book done right now. And if I have a few pages, I might throw up a few pages, and anyone that's backed like yourself, I'll send an update if I add some perks. But I don't think I'm done yet with my perks. I'd like to raise some more money. I'm at, you know, my goal was $500, of course, nice flexible goal. I think I'm up to $1574 or something like that. You know, I'd be happy with about $10,000, but I'd be satisfied with 2. So $2,000 in the next 21 days. You know, maybe I'll put up some original art, but my $30 package has been selling well over the last few days. So hopefully folks will.
That's a great deal, folks. Like, everybody in my chat, let me tell you something right now. You can't get 5 books for $30 anywhere.
And you will get them, by the way.
You definitely can't get that in comics.
Right? Yeah. And you will, by the way, you will get them. You will get them either the last week or the first week of either the last week of December or the first week of January, depending on my printer.
So you're looking to fulfill pretty quick.
Oh yeah. It's, you know, it's a 32-page book. I'm half done with the book. So, I'm good to go.
That's
as
amazing.
yeah.
Like that says a lot about your professionalism and what you're doing and that you're working on it and you're
Well,
getting it. And this is your second crowdfund, you said.
yes, ma'am. I did, as I said, oh my God, uh, was my first crowdfunding, and I still have about, I don't know, 100 copies left because I also do conventions.
Now let me
If,
ask, did
if anyone's interested, please hit me up privately or through Twitter or whatever, and then we can, do a deal with Misty America. And for folks like you, Lola, who have me on your stream, you'll have a Misty America book slid in there, all right?
I appreciate
So
that.
you'll get 6 books.
But you definitely have to let me pay for it.
Oh no. This broadcast is payment enough.
Hey Stephen Brown, how's it going? Thanks for showing up,
Hello,
man.
Stephen Brown.
If you haven't backed us yet, please go check it out. Back it. Support Anthony and what
Yeah,
he's doing,
please.
because it's amazing. And he's one of the few creators I see out here doing this. That's like, he's talking about a fast turnaround. He's talking about a good price range. He's talking about lots of books. Like, we're not seeing that.
And getting back to my indie roots, my love of indie stuff, and even like you were talking about, like heavy metal, those kind of anthologies. The reason why I can work at a good speed also is because I'm not coloring the book, and I don't work with any folks. The book is, of course, all the covers are color, inside and out, and my prints and trading cards, all the stuff is colored, but the interiors are black and white because I'm old school that way. I didn't want to look like everyone else. And again, I have such a strong love of indie comics like The Crow and Razor and Early She and all those bad girl comics that came out in the 90s that were black and white. Hell, even Black Flag by Dan Fraga, his first few issues at Image were all black and white. So I really like that aesthetic. So
I actually picked up. I went to a convention a couple weeks back and picked up the first issues of Black Flag from the 90s.
yeah.
And so I have a colored and then I have the black and white. And I absolutely love the black and white because I feel like the color, it just kind of takes away from the line art and it kind of like hides the true art.
That is actually my feelings about a lot of stuff today. And again, not talking about current pros out there. I like flatter colors so that you can see the inker, and you're right. A lot of rendering, a lot of reflections, a lot of whatever. It does take away from the art, and people love buying my original art so much, which of course has no color. It's on Bristol board, black and white. That was a because I thought of coloring Venerella, but then I thought, because hell, it's in space and she's got red skin and brassy orange hair and, no eyes and stuff and no pupils. And I was like, crap, this would be great to color because it's a sci-fi space thing. But then I thought to myself, you know what? If I do it in black and white, I'm going to stick to my guns and I'm going to have to work harder. So
I feel you.
I like working harder instead of taking an easy way out with it. And I think a lot of times color adds a lot that isn't there.
Right.
And I think in a lot of modern comics that I see, it seems like the colorist is more important than the artist because of so much value that they've added to the image.
I can see that.
Yeah.
And I think color works for some things, but I think other things work really well as black and white. And I don't know, something about the black, like I'm not colorblind, but at the same time, I think about people that are colorblind, like, they would probably prefer the black and white because it they can see it and they can see what's going on and they're not losing half of what they're looking at.
But again, in my case, it was just because the black and white stuff that I used to pick up when I was in high school and college, the indie stuff, it was more of a punk or metal aesthetic to it, in that you were really being a rebel by not looking corporate. So,
Right.
so I
Right.
kind of,
And I
I
agree with
kind of
that. I
dug
agree
that.
with that.
Yeah. Yeah. So
What's up, Wookie? Wookie is such a good friend in my chat. What's up, man?
what's up, Wookie? Oh, and also in addition to the prints and in addition to the prints and trading cards and comics, you also get some free music. I have a song that I wrote and performed that's used in the trailer. It's me singing, and it's my song that I wrote. It's called Vampire Bride. And everybody that backs, I send them a free MP3 of the song. So
that's awesome, man.
yeah.
You're just like giving it all away here.
Just
You're
just wanna offer something a little different. I wanna be like, hey, look at this guy. What's this guy doing? Yay, look at this guy over here.
Let me go back to your first
Sure.
crowdfund. When you did your first crowdfund, how did it go for you?
It went it went well. It didn't light up the sky or my wallet. I totally funded. I was like, I think I made like $1,600 in 30 days plus like 20 days in demand. I made $1,600. In comparison, I have 21 days left of this campaign and I'm almost at the same place. So hopefully broadcasts like this, my last week of promoting, hopefully I pick up some more. And, you know, this one is doing a lot better, but the first one was me popping my cherry on Indiegogo, you know?
Right.
So, and no one really knew me because I wasn't doing the rounds like this. And I also think that I struck a chord with this character a little bit more. Misty America, although she had big boobs and was a patriotic thing and all, and with Uzis and boobs was pretty much my pitch. But the truth be told, I think this Venerella is speaking to people a bit more as an IP because of the Vampirella comparison or the just sexy fantasy nature, you know? So or maybe there's like vampires. It's time for vampires to come back, you know?
Right? We're over werewolves. Go away, werewolves. We want
Right.
vampires.
Yeah.
I didn't know who you were until Dan, Boob Dan, who does Goblin Girl, was like, you've got to check out Anthony Sica. And I was like, who is Anthony Sica?
Yeah, it's all
And I
good.
watched one of your live streams and I was like, oh my God, why have I not heard of this guy? Why have I not seen what he's doing? Like, I was so bummed out because like
Speaking of Dan, I just shared my screen with you. Dan did this picture of Venerella for me.
It's very Dan-like.
And by the way, he did it not even like he didn't want to be in the book. He didn't want to have a variant cover. He tweeted me or something and said, hey man, how can I get one of your Misty America books, my last campaign? And I said, well, I'm working on Venerella now. And I showed him my pre-launch mailing list. And then out of the blue, he just sends me this fan art of Venerella. And
that's so Dan.
And I told him, I said, well, hey, Dan, if you don't mind, I'd like to have it as a pinup in the back of the book. And he's like, yeah, I'd love that. So, you know, that's what we got going on. He's going to be featured in the book. There'll be a Dan Pleagle pinup of Venerella. And there's also going to be a Venerella pinup by a guy named Tim Tyler. And if your folks watching the stream aren't familiar with Tim Tyler, he's one of those original gangsta indie publishers from the early 90s. He did a lot of work with Tim Vigil. So if there's any artists, if there's any comic fans watching, go look up Tim Tyler on patreon.com. He's got a thing called Rat House Comics. He's got great work. He did actually the cover, that cover with the red, the window on it with the blood. He did the cover. He did a variant cover for me. And again, he's a iconic independent publisher, creator, artist. and he happens to live in the same town as me. So he also has a pinup in the book along with Dan, and hopefully me and Dan will do something in the future because I like big boobs and I cannot lie.
Who doesn't? Big
Right.
boobs are the best, right? Like
Yep.
it's what makes a woman a woman.
Sure.
It's what gives us all the tingles in the right place.
Exactly.
Johnny Cage. All right, brother. I see you gotta go. Have a good night. He
Good
dropped
night,
the link
Johnny
one more
Cage.
time for us. It's right here, people.
Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Johnny.
Go check out Venerella, everybody in the chat. If you have not backed it, please back this book. I want to see more of this book.
21 days left.
Let me ask you this real quick, Anthony.
Yes.
How many of these do you have planned out for Venerella?
How many issues? Definitely 3.
Okay.
And definitely 3. But you know, who knows? If the third one lights the Indiegogo crowdfunding scene on fire, then I'll keep going. Because I'd like it.
Gotta get this to light on fire. Like I want to see this lit on fire. Like okay, so like I like the Vampirellas and the Barbarellas.
Yeah.
I like the big tittied women.
Nice.
Like
nice.
give me more is what I'm always saying.
Will do.
And like to see what mainstream has done with those characters makes me want to sit and cry.
Yeah, I agree.
Hello, I'm a female. I want these characters because like I look at them and I think they're beautiful women. Like what's wrong with wanting women to be beautiful and to look like women and to have, Vampirella, who's this like blood gushing beauty, and she's supposed to have the big tatas and she's supposed to look sexy and have the, the whole sex appeal about her. Like, what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. Like, and we should be able to still have that.
Sure.
Sorry, I get on a soapbox.
Totally agree.
Stop me, Anthony.
Totally agree. And that's why. And again, looking at the scene, I didn't see a lot of folks on Indiegogo at least doing the bad girl comics that I grew to love in the early 90s. So I like doing bad girl comics. I don't identify with them. I don't. There's no characters like that. I just like drawing.
Wait.
I like drawing chicks. So
Are you saying you're not a bad girl?
No, but no, I'm not. But see, that's something cool about being an artist or a writer. You don't need to it's not about me as a creator. It's about my creation. And the truth of the matter is I like drawing women more than men. However, this story has a lot of men. She's from Venus, and there's a royal family involved. She's got a dad and a brother who are very problematic to her. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of family drama, and there's a lot of family fighting, and there's a lot of war, and there's a lot of sex in the book. There's a lot of erotic stuff without being pornographic or too naughty. It's just a lot of eroticism in there mixed in with the violence, which is what's not to love about that?
Violence? You're giving us violence. You're giving us sex. You're giving us beautiful women.
Space, vampires. And by the way, and you can have them all for $30 for that package, all the books, or $15 even. So.
Like, this is just pure entertainment for entertainment's sake. Yep. And that's something that we have lost and gotten away from. And so I love it. I love that there are creators like yourself out here who are bringing this back to us, that are giving this to us, because it's what we want,
Sure. Yeah.
It really is. This is what we've been asking for. We're like, hey, you know what? We're tired of all the other these characters over here being put in some box, right? Like they got to check some box here and here and here and here. Yep. We don't want that shit. We want just simple entertainment. Like when I sit down to read a book, I want to escape from everything else. I don't want someone that's going to look like me.
Yeah. And you want to know something funny? Remember I told you I did a book called Misty America, and then I went to Venerella instead of coming out with another issue of Misty America right away. That's because Misty America is a veteran of Afghanistan. And right as I was finishing the book, that whole stuff from Afghanistan was going on. And I was so tired of being reminded of it, and then having a character that was a vet who served there, that I decided to switch gears. And I figured, well, if I do this space story, this fantasy space story set in the future, I don't have to address the crap on Earth. I don't
Right.
have to like show people with cell phones and don't have to do anything modern. You know what I'm saying? So if I put myself in the future and I put myself on another world, I can build my own worlds, and I don't have to worry about this one so much.
And we
And
can still
again,
have
like
TNA.
like you said, which provides escapism.
Yes. Yes, that's all we want is escapism. Like when I sit down to watch a movie, when I sit down to read a book, when I sit down to read a comic book or listen to music even, right? Like
Yeah,
I do it cuz I want to escape whatever it is I'm dealing with in my real life. Real
sure,
life is hard enough, right?
sure, yeah,
Like we all deal with some kind of bullshit on a
yep,
daily basis in our real life.
yep,
So we sit down and we try to get away from these things by reading or watching something, and we don't want this stuff just constantly shoved in our faces.
sure. Yeah, that's the worst thing. The thing I hate. Hey, Retro
Hey,
Palmiani, Peter.
Peter
The
Palmiotti. What's
the
up,
um
Peter?
the
Sorry.
thing that I hate. No, the thing that I hate worse. That I don't not hate. That's a strong word. The thing I dislike most about comics, in the current state, you pick up anything, even sometimes if it's indie stuff, and the characters are on phones and they're doing live streams on their phone, and they're doing this and they're doing that, and they talk about. I like when, you know what, even if it's set in a time period, everything should be fictional. Who's ever president should be fictional. Whoever we're at war with should be fictional. I At least that's my opinion, because it takes you out of your the everyday mundane, and it puts you in a world. It's almost like, I think a comic book should be like a multiverse world.
It
What's up,
should
Matt
be.
Barr? That's the thing, is how like all the comic companies and movie companies, everybody's into multiverse ideas.
Yeah.
Well, that's what comic books should be too. It's like, even if say Lola, you're writing or drawing a new comic book and it's about a government conspiracy, in 2021, maybe you should be in a world you create that doesn't have COVID or cell phones or whatever.
Right. No,
Yeah,
I
that's
agree
it.
with you. I agree with you
Yeah,
totally. Because, like I said,
yeah.
it's a way to get away from all that shit.
Right, right. And again, and then you're not bothering anybody.
And I
So
gotta say, like, so I use comics to teach reading to my children. We homeschool.
wonderful.
And so I've always used comics to teach reading to my child. And then so kids comics are great, right?
Yeah.
But as an adult, I want comics that, I enjoy as well. And I believe that's what Venerella is for me. It's a
Yes, it
comic
is.
for me.
Yeah, it
My
is.
kid has
It is
her
not
comics,
for
and
kids.
then but I need comics that are for me as well. You know
Right,
what I
right,
mean? That I can sit down and read and it not be like,
right.
ponies jumping over rainbows.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
or something like that. Like I said, I don't do the cape and cow. I've never done the cape and cow.
Yeah,
Superheroes are not my thing. Like, it's just not.
yeah.
Like, I get it. It's some people's, but it's not mine.
Yeah, they were mine again when I was younger. But like, I am more into the fantasy type stuff, the mystical stuff. But to be fair, because I grew up reading those Cape and Cowl comics, my my figure drawing resembles those kind of. You got to make them look. Hey, pops, you got to
um,
make them look like that.
let's see. I got Aces in the chat. What's up, my man? What's up, Edwin? I hope you're having a good night, my brother. I got Jedi Bill. What's up, Jedi
Jedi
Bill?
Bill, that's a great name.
Flying Feline says she loves that outfit,
Very nice.
which I think that was from the Boob Dan's drawing of Venerella. So,
And that
but
is
her
her.
outfit
That
does
is
look
her.
good.
That is her space costume. That outfit that was in that shot. If
Um,
you blow, make me big again, I'll show you.
and big in you.
Yeah, there
There
we
you
go.
go.
This is page 1, by the way, and that outfit Dan modeled on that. That was pretty duplicated from my page 1. So there you go. So she has that is
one's
that is
gorgeous.
her
I love
space
that.
out. Thank you. That is her space outfit. But and she's, by the way, in the as you can see, she's in the middle of getting undressed in an airlock because she's going to seduce some Earthlings who, I don't know if she seduces them or maybe drinks their blood, but the thing is that Venerella. Here's another page. This is page 3.
Oh wow.
Don't think she's got any pants on.
It doesn't look like it.
And as you can see, she encounters 3 satellite operatives who haven't seen a woman in quite a while. Whether she's from Venus or Earth, she hasn't seen a woman for a while. And let's just say in this page 5, on her way back, I think she's got a little blood on her face.
I'm just gonna point out, as someone who's very much a connoisseur of female booty, and I'm totally straight, just saying, that booty looks really good.
Yeah. You'll especially like
really good female booty.
You'll especially like. Here's a work in progress page. As you can see, there's some booty in blue line.
I see that.
She's getting a bath by some servants of the royal family. So that's going to be an interesting splash page. Here's another page.
Point out the booty.
Here's another page I just finished.
Really
the guy with the really cool 90s ponytail, that's her dad. And the guy who looks like he's giving her a good talking to, that's her brother. And she's having a little bit of a family squabble, as you can see.
I gotta say, you draw faces and muscle and faces really well.
Thank you very much. Again, if you like what I do, go check out a guy named Tim Tyler and Tim Vigil. Even though I'm not directly inspired by them, and I know Tim personally, I've been told by a lot of people that my stuff resembles theirs, which that's a great compliment. Peter Palmiotti asks Anthony, how did the name of Venerella come about? Well, Venerella is, of course, a conceptual mix between Barbarella and Vampirella, but with the Ella part, and I'm Italian, so the Ella sounded right. But the truth of the matter is, Venerella is from the Latin root word that Venus comes from, which is also, to be kind of gross, venereal. Venereal disease. Well, venereal disease is a disease you get from lovemaking, which comes from the Latin ven, which is where we name the planet Venus. So Venerella, she's from the royal family of Venus. So venereal, also venerous. Venerous, I think, is a Latin root. So I just went with Venerella. So
I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at your explanation or anything like that. It just, when you said venereal, it just hit me. I was like,
yeah.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. Venus is the goddess of love. So lovemaking and venereal disease, that's where the word venereal comes from. And the whole thing is, hey, her organs are there, Gothic arch. I like that name. I like that name too.
I had to throw that up there. I saw that. I get slow with my chat because I get to
All
talking
good.
and I get
All
so
good.
interested in what we're talking about that I'm just like, wait a minute. There's people over here actually listening to us.
Yeah. In fact, Pops Van Zant, I'm going to be on his CromCon 19 next weekend, next Saturday. He says I have some Tim and Joe Vigil comics. Yeah, they're great. So. And again, for folks who don't know, and I'm not trying to promote other comics, but these are inspirations of mine. Tim Vigil did a great series called Faust, and that's what he's most known for. And it is a crazy comic. Lots of sex, lots of violence.
I have Faust in the basement in the long box.
Yeah, if you should pull it out if you haven't read it, because it's enjoyable. It's kind of scary. To be honest with you, even as an adult, you look at it and you're like, wow. But you know what? That's a good wow, because it's nice to find something new and something that pushes the envelope a little bit.
What's up, good stuff? I don't know if you know good stuff or not.
No, I probably do. I may not. I don't know. As I said,
And
I'm a newbie, so everybody be gentle with me. I mean, to be honest with you, again, this is only my second crowdfunding, and I do have a YouTube channel too, where I've had a bunch of comic skaters and other creators on. I do movie reviews, so go find me on YouTube. Just look
I'm
up
I'm
just look up
so
Anthony
glad that you
Sica. You'll
said
find
that.
me, and maybe I can have Lola on sometime. That'd be great.
Yeah, definitely. I would love to like come on and hang out with
Be
you. Oh my
awesome.
gosh, I love talking about all this stuff.
It could be just about boobs or
Yeah,
hot chicks.
yeah. Like, I mean, have you seen my After Midnight show? Like,
No, I have to though. I began watching a stream the other day at work, but I figured that maybe I should watch this in private.
probably.
Peter Palmiotti says, I've seen some Faust, lovely art, extreme though it may be. Yes, you're right, Peter. It is extreme, but it's the line work. He's a really great inker, really great penciler, good storyteller, puts a lot of detail. So
What is he talking about? 75%.
75%. I don't know.
What are you talking about, Pops? A 75%. What's 75%?
I don't know. Is he talking about his Comic-Con? I don't know.
Maybe. That may be what it is.
I know. I think I'm appearing at 7:30 next Saturday, so check me out on there.
So, let's go back to your campaign here.
Yeah.
And talk about it for a minute.
Yeah.
Because we've talked about all over the place. I know I'm all over the place. I'm like I
Okay.
said, I'm ADHD, so I get distracted easy. I call it shiny squirrel syndrome. So this is a beautiful piece.
Thank you.
Is this going to be a part of? Is this?
That is a cover. It's just I just Frank Millered it. I just
like
did a
that.
negative of it. Yeah. So there's actually some pages I had in there. I actually sold this page, so I had it up there for sale, and then I sold it. So, but I just posted it back up there just so it could appear so people could see what some of the pages looked like.
Why you gotta tell me that you sold it?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I did.
Because I came in late to it, I think.
Yeah, it's all good. Better late than never. And as I said, Lola and everybody else, I may be putting some new artwork up for sale, and I'll give everybody an update and tell them. I won't let it go unnoticed or unannounced. Now that Venerella with 21 days left is rocking and rolling, I'm going to keep up with it, But I am busy completing the book though. I'm drawing, so.
And I mean, okay, $30 plus shipping, which is I think shipping in the US was like maybe $8 or $10.
Yeah, I charged $8 because you know what? It's with me, it's about shipping. It's about all the boxes. It's about my wife going to the post office. It's things like that. So, I factored in that. So it's like shipping and handling, but I figured I kept the cost down so much. So yeah, for the United States, it's $8. If you're in the United Kingdom, I'm offering it for like $25 because pretty much that's what it costs to send a Gemini package to England to United Kingdom, and I actually have them available in Austria too. Because believe it or not, I have some like Conan the Barbarian diehard Austrian fans who wanted my last book, and I purposely opened it up for Austria. I may even open up to more European countries. I'm not sure. And although I love everybody, all the comic skaters and the crowdfunders and creators and YouTube streamers out of Australia, my wife sells vintage clothes, and she told me, do not offer it in Australia because there's a problem right now. It's like, it's like $70, $80 to send anything over there.
Well, so when we were shipping ours, like, apparently they completely shut shipping off from the USPS to Australia and New Zealand. So like I've been getting books back that I sent out like 3 months ago.
Wow. And
So
can I tell you how bad it is too? Even the mailing, the postal service in Europe. I sent my last campaign. I had 4 packages to the United Kingdom, London and stuff. It took 55 days for them to get him. And
Yeah.
they all got him. They all got him at the same time too, by the way.
Yeah,
So
like, we've had that same issue. Like, I've
yeah,
had people writing me like, "Where's my stuff?" And I'm like,
yeah,
"Just give it a couple more weeks, you'll get it, I
yeah.
promise."
So again,
Like,
again, I was just putting that out there. Corey Barton says, I'm an Aussie. Wait, this is what I've been told. There's even been stuff, you can Google it. They're having some, either it's going to cost a lot of money or you're not going to get it there at all right now.
yeah, it
Yeah.
comes back. Like,
However,
I've gotten, like, 6 packages back from
yeah.
Australia.
However, if things clear up, when I come out with Venerella number 2, I'll open it up to the whole world, and anybody who missed one, I'll stick an extra copy in there, because that's how I roll. I just want to make people happy.
That's awesome. That's professionalism right there. I wanna say hi to Matt Barr because I didn't get to say hi to
Yeah.
him
What's up,
before. Matt,
Matt?
if you're still in my chat, I love you, brother. Rock and Roll Ninja, awesome comic. Go check it out if you have not in my chat. But tonight we are talking Venerella. I
Yes, we
told you I'm
are.
all over the place.
All good. All
I'm
good.
like, and I found out what the 75% was.
What's that?
So they make jokes about me.
Oh.
And they say that I'm a 13-year-old boy that uses my mom's OnlyFans pictures. And then they also say that I'm part lesbian,
Okay.
which because I like women that look like women and I like TNA. I don't like vaginas. So that's like an important part, right?
That would be the game changer there. Yeah, that is
Right?
that is
Right?
that is the deciding factor.
So what Pops was talking about was he's saying, because I was talking about all the boobs and stuff, he was
Right.
like, yeah, that means you're 75% lesbian now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. I'm
Or
42%.
you could tell them, no, maybe I'm 25%. You never. It's depends on whether the glass is half full or half empty. But I'm real happy because I don't get a lot of women buying my book, which that needs to change. So, ladies like yourself, go for it. I want you to. I'll show you as much boobs as you want to see.
No, like I don't get it because I know tons of women that bought like
Of
heavy metal
course,
back in the
of
day that
course,
like you were talking about the bad girls
of
because we
course,
identified with those women.
of
When I see
course.
those women, I'm like, I want to be that chick. Like I like that
Sure.
chick. Like,
They still do too. They still do. I mean, look at, popularity of characters like Harley Quinn and stuff. It's
oh yeah.
just you women comic fans and readers, you just have to admit it. You really like the cheesecake and the pinup stuff sometimes more than we do. So
Oh yeah.
just
Definitely.
just have a drink and go with it. We're good.
Yeah, I think that a lot of them just wanna hide it, they don't wanna admit to it,
Yeah.
but I'm one that I openly admit I do like TNA when it comes
You
to
rock.
going into
You
movies.
rock. There you go. You rock, Lola.
Just you can't hide it, right? You can't hide
No.
it.
And you shouldn't.
Um,
You should like what you like. Hey, all you women's magazines for time and memoriam, they all have hot women on them. They don't have guys on them.
right?
So there you go. Come on now.
Um, let's go up here to some of these are all sold out, you said,
All sold out. Yep. Again, I'll be putting
which
some
is
more up.
awesome.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. I can't, they show that they're sold out. And again, I might add some more. So, and also, you get free music. So, whatever.
And I
If
see that we have a trailer here.
Yes, and it features the song that I was talking about. So if you play it, you can rock out, and I'll send you a free copy of the song as an MP3, free with every backing. No.
Good stuff says he loves the AAT as well. So
Hey, you
see,
got to.
we're all in the
You got
we're
to.
all in the same boat. We all
You
want some
got to.
AAT.
You got to. Yeah, play the trailer. It's fun if you want to hear it.
Yeah, definitely. I'll play it real quick if that's cool with you, and then I'll come back
Wonderful.
and
Yeah.
talk some more if you
Yeah.
want, or if
I'm
you're
here.
ready to wrap up, that's up to you.
Whatever you want.
I
I'm here.
just
I'm
want to say
here. I'm here for you and your chat.
I just want to say I've enjoyed the talk.
Yeah,
I've
me too.
enjoyed the conversation. I've enjoyed you telling me about Venerella and
Yeah.
yourself
Yeah.
and getting to know you more.
Yeah.
So no, I appreciate it. Let me make sure that I have the sound on
Sure.
this.
No problem.
Because I'm a bit of a boomer.
I can share it also if you want. Whatever you want.
Yeah, why don't you share it?
I think I have it queued up. So here, hold on a minute. Give me 1 second.
There we go. I see it.
Now I know I've almost reached the end. By the dawn, I'll be dead. Ash to ash, dust to dust, my friend. Vampire pride has got a price on my head. She's still haunting me. I can feel her pumping through my blood. She's still haunting me. Moving on my unholy love. Wow.
That was awesome.
Did you like that?
I love that.
You like the song?
That was a great song. And you know what?
What?
Look, people in my chat, I like the music.
Good. Well, if you back the campaign,
good trailer.
You get that song for free. And by the way, that song, that was from the end of the first guitar solo. That was just the end of the song. That's a song written by me, sung by me, recorded by a band of mine called Luna Dementia, and it's called Vampire Bride.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. And so Peter says that's a lot of sweat. Cool tunes.
Yeah, right? That picture of the sweating stomach.
Hockey showed up. What's up, Hockey?
What's up, Hockey? Yeah, so if you back the campaign at either the 15, the 30, or whatever, you get that song emailed to you. In fact, I might start emailing those songs to folks, as soon as the campaign ends. I won't wait for fulfillment. So you'll get a little update or a little email from me, like, surprise, here's your favorite new song from Anthony Sica. And then the end of December, beginning of January, you'll get the Venerella #1 in the mail.
Now, here's a question. Do you write music for other people's trailers, or?
I can. If you follow me on Twitter and you scroll down a few posts, you'll see me and my songwriting partner, Jeff Rankin. We write songs. We have a home studio at his house. We've been in 2 or 3 metal bands together over the years. So yeah, if you have a certain specific thing, both me and my songwriting buddy, we can play everything. I can play the drums, the bass, the guitar, keys. For the really, really virtuosic guitar shredding, I use him. And whatever you want. So yeah, talk to me. I mean, I don't know how quick people want stuff and whatever, but yeah, of course, I'm a singer, songwriter, musician too. not just a comic guy. And as far as where can we find the music, Good Stuff Comic Skater, we used to have a band called Luna Dementia, and we were on Spotify and iHeart and PlayStation and all those iTunes and stuff. However, the band is not touring or playing, and we kind of like took a break. But if you'd like to find the music and listen to all the music, the band you were just listening to was called Luna, Luna, Dementia, Dementia. And also, I have another band similar to that band called Metropolis Rising. So again, but Luna Dementia, if you go after you watch this stream, that is, go search YouTube for Luna Dementia. We have an official channel. Lola meets, it's DEM. It's DE, Lola.
DEM.
Yeah, that's okay. It's DEM. But other than that, that's it. Thank you, Lola. Yeah, so guys, do a search for the band on YouTube. You'll find us. Perfect. Thank you. We do still, even though the band's not, we don't have a Facebook page and all that, and Spotify, we do have a YouTube channel. And and believe it or not, we're kind of getting the band back together after the pandemic, and we're probably going to record some new stuff as Luna Dementia. So my writing partner will be real happy to hear that. So that good stuff.
I will make sure I get all those links from you and get them put in the description
great.
as well.
Thank you so much. Yeah, you're great.
If anybody's rewatching this on replay or anything like that, check out the description. It will have all the links for Anthony's YouTube, Twitter, for Venerella, for his music. Anything he wants me to put in there, I will put in there so that you guys can find him and listen to him and back his stuff, because I think what he's doing is amazing and it's super awesome. Like, I'm super excited about Venerella. I can't wait to get my copy.
Well, you will get it soon, and I thank you so much. I thank everybody on the chat, and by the way, I'm having a great time on here, you guys. Everybody on the chat so positive and great and cool, and I'm talking to a butt and a pair of jeans or some yoga pants with googly eyes and a mustache. I like the little light switch too. That's kind of cool. The little light switch there. Lola, we had mentioned vaginas earlier. When I was young, I grew up in the 80s, and sometimes when women took their pants off, even from the back, they had mustaches like that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Because
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they weren't into waxing and shaving in 1986, 87. When I was in high school, you had to like go in with a machete sometimes. It's just the way.
Oh my god!
But
I know what you're talking about, though. Like, the thing is, I know exactly what you're, because I've seen 70s porn.
And in the 80s, how big the hair was.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes the carpet matched the drapes. The hair was big down there too.
See, there you go. Everybody go check out Anthony. Go check out his channel, see what he's doing over there. Awesome, great creator.
Hey, I would love to, and your chat, if they like me, I would love to hang out with you sometime. Like outside of me promoting Venerella, I'd love to come on your midnight special show or anytime. Real cool host.
I get the feeling you could hang with us. You could hang with us because you seem to know exactly how we talk over here.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, we have no problem talking about vaginas and boobs, and
no, that's what makes the world go round,
right?
Good Stuff says, I'm quite the musician myself. I did a John 5 and Creature song, making music with my mouth. I don't know whether he's talking dirty or not. I can't play instruments, but I can play a mean guitar with my mouth. Hey now. Well,
there you go.
Hey now. Good Stuff. That's why the name Good Stuff is in there.
Oh yeah, you should talk to Mrs. Good Stuff. She's awesome. I love Mrs. Good Stuff.
Well, yeah. Good Stuff Comic Skater. He did validate what I thought he was talking about. He said I'm talking vajayjay and boobs too. So there you go.
Hockey, you can come on after dark. You can. Paul Azevedo, what's up, brother? We are just wrapping it up.
What's up, Paul?
But please check out the replay, share it out, let people know what Anthony's over here doing. He is an amazing, amazing creator, great human being. I've so enjoyed this conversation. I'm so glad I finally got to sit down and talk with you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you
We
very
will
much.
definitely get you on an after midnight,
That'd
and
be awesome.
I will definitely come over and hang out on your channel too.
Sounds
So
good. Sounds good. Sounds
we'll keep
good.
promoting, we'll keep
Yep.
pushing, and we'll
Yep.
get Venerella up there.
21 days left in Venerella. Packages starting at $15.
Wait, real quick before I wrap this up, I meant to ask you. So you say 21 days. Is this your first 30 days of it or your last?
This is my first 30 days. And yeah, I probably will go on in demand, but I don't like hanging out in demand too long. The reason is, as I said, I'm going to go to I'm going to the printer in December. So yeah, this is my first 30 days. So I'm up to
So you won't be extending it for another 30 days?
No, definitely not. At 30 days, I'm going to go in demand because, I publish the books myself. And
well, there you go, people. There you go.
Yeah, and I don't like ordering more or less than I need, Oh, and by the way, for all you creators out there, the reason why that's important is because let me give you a little insight without doxing myself or whatever. I have been a creative director at advertising agencies since 1993, and I work with a lot of printers. And I'm in Florida, and some Florida printers are telling me that it's getting harder and harder to get paper and ink. So all those supply issues that people are talking about? Just be careful, comic creators. Give yourself enough time to do what you need to do.
Right.
And I'm not being pessimistic. I'm just saying that paper and ink are a little harder to get than they were 6 months ago. So when I said something about not going to another 30 days, I want to stick to a deadline of when I go to print. So A, I know that the printer has enough paper and ink, and B, to know that I'm going to get it on time and fulfill it.
Right on, man. You know what? I know that myself and my chat included, we appreciate the transparency of that. That means something to us.
Well, people should know
backers, we want to know what's going on.
Yeah. In fact, I'm about to send an update out, which you'll receive. Thank you again for backing me. You'll receive an update telling you in a couple of days how many pages I have left and when I'm going to the printer and if I'm going to add any additional perks and all that. So I just want to get my first couple of crowdfunders books done in a real timely manner, so that people know that, hey, when they go to back with me, they know I have a reputation of fulfilling when I say I'm going to fulfill and being done with the book when I'm going to be done with it, and that's it. So, because I'm in it for the long haul. I'm doing this because I love it first. That's the main reason. But secondly, I want to be as professional as possible.
And we appreciate that, man. We appreciate that more than anything.
Sure.
I want to say, hey to the Comicsgate community. We love you guys. Thanks to the chat. Thank you so much, Anthony, for coming on. And we are going to wrap this up.
Thank you very much.
And hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Yes, very much. And I appreciate everything you did. And the chat rocks. Thank you.